Good evening, folks. This is Jacob Folger, artist sculptor, and tonight we are going to make a miniature fairy house, mushroom fairy house. And I'm working in Sculpey 3 Polymer clay in my favorite color, which is black, because of the finishes I like to do. And if you could do me a favor, hit the like button and also subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you will get a notification when I upload. That would be great. So I'm just shaping a little kind of flat oval type shape for the base of the where the mushroom fairy house will sit, as you can see. And I'm just going to set that down here. It's nice to have like a piece of paper or something that you can set it on so it doesn't stick. So just trying to shape that into a nice, neat little shape. Put the camera down a little bit. That painting in the background, by the way, is a little landscape that I did with mountains and trees. And a client of mine brought over these two 4-foot by 5-foot canvases and asked me to do a couple big paintings for her, and so she said she liked mountains and things like that, so I painted this smaller painting to show her, and she said yes, I would like that, the big painting. So that was kind of exciting. Now I'll show you. It's got mountains and a moon and a forest. So that's kind of neat. It was fun to paint that. Okay, so we need a mushroom stock to start off. And I'm going to roll this off screen. So I come up with a ball like that. And then I roll it to and fro to create like a little mushroom stock. So it'll be like that. We actually need... Okay, so I rolled another ball. And I'm rolling it to and fro kind of in a bit of a cone shape like this. And I'm just going to flatten it. Flatten it on the bottom. I do want it to be a little bit taller than the other one like that. So what we'll do now is just flatten the bottom of the stock, mushroom stocks like this. And then we'll take a sharp tool like this and score it on the bottom, just so it kind of meshes with the clay when we put it on. And we'll score it where it's going to go. And it's kind of like this, you know, if you score it, you kind of, when you put the pieces together, they kind of lock together like you would, my fingers would. So, and then you just kind of twist it. So it's like that. And then we'll do the same with the other. Score it here. And then also on the side where it's going to be touching the other mushroom stock. And also on this mushroom stock. And then we just sort of put them together like that. And you kind of want them to be, you know, sort of leaning in different directions or whatever. just so it's kind of fun, you know. Like that. And then we'll make the mushroom tops. So we can roll a ball of clay like this. And while turning it between your fingers like this, you can be squeezing and flattening the mushroom top. So it's kind of taking a shape like that. But we want the mushroom edges, the mushroom top edges to be really thin for it to, you know. Okay, so we got this shape here. As you can see, it's like a mushroom top. So we'll take a sharp tool and score it, which is going to join the mushroom stock, and also here on the mushroom stock. Just put where it's going to join and kind of twist it together like that. And then we want to make another one like that mushroom top. So I'm rolling the ball off screen because there's not a lot of room here on the set. So just basically by squeezing the edge, like that, we come up with a shape like that, and then we want to really kind of give an extra squeeze all the way around to make it kind of thin like that. And then we'll score the center of the bottom of that and the mushroom stock itself, and put it on with a twisting motion like that. And so it's kind of like that. And you got these kind of cool mushrooms going on there. You can see what that looks like. Maybe straighten this up a little bit. And then you can take a ball tool and in the center between the two mushrooms, kind of put in a small doorway. Like that. And you can kind of smooth it by just running the ball tool over it like that. And then you can take like a sharper tool like this and draw or carve little lines in it. So it's kind of like a wood door, you know. And you can take a really, really tiny ball like this. Almost so tiny you can't see it. Put it right on the door there. And that's a doorknob, like that. And then you can take kind of small balls like this. Flatten them out a little bit. Like that. And you can score that and score here. And you've got a little step. Just put it right there. Press it into place. Like that. And you can maybe make another. Press it flat. Like that. Score here. Score here. And press it into place. Like that. So it's a little step. And then, for fun, for your little scene, you can go ahead and make a few more, right? So you have like a little path. You can make little stepping stones. And you can, you know, finish them too and bake them and all that and make a whole pathway. And so, we got that. Now what you can do is you can take, hold the house kind of like this maybe. Just cradle it in your hand. You know, don't squeeze it at all because it's very fragile at this point. You can take a small paintbrush like this with a little bit of water, dab it off, and smooth it out. You know, get rid of all the fingerprints and what have you. You can go around and do that and get it really nice. And then, in a minute, after we do that, we'll do a nice little finish on it. So when you have your fairy house nice and smooth, we can go ahead and put a nice finish on it. So I'm going to use Pearlized Pigments. This is Reflex Violet, and I'm going to use also Antique Bronze, which I have in a lid off to the side here. I'm going to use a small brush, and I'm going to get it a little wet. Then I'm going to dab it off, kind of get the excess off. I'm almost out of the Reflex Violet. I use it all the time. I'm going to paint it. It's okay to use water to get it to go on. It's really a very nice way of doing that, getting it to go on. It's a pretty finish too. Now if you're sculpting this in another color polymer clay, white, or if you're sculpting it, let me do it in the base too. If you're sculpting it in, let's say, self-hardening clay or air-dry clay, which you could do, definitely. I'm so low in the purple, I'm just going to do the front here. I'm also going to put on the door. If you are, you can paint your sculpture, you can bake it or dry it in the oven and then paint it black with like acrylic paint. And then do the finish with Johnson's paste wax and Pearlized Pigments. And if you look in the video description, I'm going to put a tool and supply list there. And I'm going to include a video where I sculpt the fairy house in self-hardening or air-dry clay. And then do the finish with Johnson's paste wax. So take a look at that video and it will show you how to do it. So right now I'm picking up the bronze. I got my brush a little bit wet. I'm dabbing it off. And then it's a little bit wet. A little bit too wet. I'm doing the stepping stones in bronze. And I'm also going to do bronze on the stalks, on the mushroom stalks. So, just going to do the front because, you know, a little bit low on my Polymer pigments at the moment. I'm going to do a little bit of bronze on the doorknob and also on my other stepping stones. And of course, you can make as many of those as you like. So, there we go. And the other thing you can do that's kind of nice is pick up your fairy house and hold it very gently. Take a little bit of the bronze, antique bronze, on your finger like this. Swirl it with your thumb and just highlight the edge of the mushroom caps. Kind of adds a little bit of fun to it. Is that pretty? So there you go. And then as far as baking goes, if you're using Sculpey 3, I don't know what you're using exactly, but if you're using Sculpey 3, you can bake it for 30 minutes. Preheat your oven for to 275 degrees. Put your mushroom fairy house on an oven-safe dish and bake it for 30 minutes. At the end of the 30 minutes, turn the oven off, open the door, and let it cool. Do not remove the mushroom fairy house from the oven until it is completely cool. And the reason why is when it's hot, it's very soft and extremely fragile. So it's best not to handle it at all during that time until it's totally cool. And that's about it. I hope you like this video. And give it a like, please. Share it on your favorite platform. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. And subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. I have nearly 500 videos, mostly on sculpting. I have about 500 or almost 500 tutorials on sculpting, mostly clay, and also painting videos and how to do two-dimensional art with your computer, and things that you make, like the mushroom fairy house, and paintings that you do and things like that. So that's kind of fun. You should check those out. Also, there are also wire sculpting videos and making jewelry videos as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Have a great night. Bye-bye.